City of Mesquite tax election. In recent community surveys, Mesquite residents expressed that public safety, streets, and infrastructure were their top priorities. 66% of citizens stated maintenance of city streets was a very high priority. 62% of citizens stated quality police and fire services was a high priority. Public safety and street maintenance were ranked by citizens as the biggest issues Mesquite will face in the next 5 years. Overview of the tax election. The Mesquite City Council unanimously approved the fiscal year 2021-2022 budget, which keeps the city property tax rate the same as last year. The City of Mesquite's new budget includes additions for public safety, city streets, and cybersecurity. Additions include 15 new police and fire positions, more funding for street and alley maintenance, and better protection of electronic data. While the property tax rate will remain the same as last year, because of increased property values, the city will see increased revenues. This is how the city proposes to pay for these additional services. State law requires that Mesquite voters approve this year's tax rate, which exceeds the 3.5% voter approval tax rate. Proposition A. Approving the ad valorem tax rate of 0.70862 per $100 valuation in the City of Mesquite, Texas for the current year, a rate that is 0.04302 higher per $100 valuation than the voter approval tax rate of the City of Mesquite, Texas, for the purpose of increasing fire and police staffing levels and competitive pay for fire and police personnel, and increasing funding for alley and street maintenance. Last year, the ad valorem tax rate in the City of Mesquite, Texas was 0.70862 per $100 valuation. Proposition A will be on the November ballot for Mesquite voters to vote for or against the proposition. Early voting, October 18th through the 29th. Election Day, November 2nd. If Proposition A is approved by voters, how might this election impact residents and individuals over 65 years of age? If Proposition A is approved by voters, the average homeowner would pay about $10 more per month in city taxes based on the average property value in Mesquite. The tax rate would not impact property owners who have qualified for the age 65 or older homestead exemption with their property appraiser. How will the revenue generated from Proposition A be allocated? Proposition A will provide revenue for the approved budget. It allocates funds for 5 additional Mesquite police officer positions to increase neighborhood patrols, plus competitive pay increases for officers that serve the community. 10 additional Mesquite Fire Department positions, which will provide faster response times and increase public safety. $750,000 in additional funding for city streets and alley repairs, and funding to improve security from cyber attacks on city computers that have sensitive data and access to operations, as well as the public's personal information. For information on the tax election, voting dates, voting locations, and more, please visit cityofmesquite.com/2021 tax election.